just a beautiful movie star. I created the basis for modern-day communication. I was the inspiration for Snow White's appearance, but I also invented technology that led to phones being in your pocket. My face filled the movie screens, and my name consumed the vocabulary of Hollywood producers. They said I was the most beautiful woman in the world, but actually, my beauty was a curse. The people couldn't look past my appearance to see what really mattered, my brain. After my long hours in the studio, I toiled for hours inventing, and nobody ever knew, until my dying days. I was Hedy Lamarr. On November 9, 1914, I was born in Vienna, Austria, to a well-off family. I was given the name Hedy Kaiser. I was an extremely curious child. I trampled my father with a never-ending stream of questions. I wanted to know everything from how the projector shined videos onto the movie screen to how the new gold watch my father gave me operated. Not only was I intrigued in just about everything, I loved movies and acting as well. I revered films and the stories they portrayed. I prized acting and making impressions of my family and friends. I attended acting classes. And as a teen, I was in theater productions. Though after repeating the same exact show every single night, I got so bored. When I was 19, I got married to Fritz Mandel, one of the wealthiest men in Austria. He bought me jewels and fur, although I would have rather studied machines and factories. At dinner parties, I listened to the men's conversations on torpedoes, a weapon that is propelled through the water. They thought I wasn't clever enough to understand their discussion, but they were very, very wrong. Mandel didn't want me to act or create. I felt like a prisoner, locked up inside a bleak cell. But I had an intelligent ploy. I hired a maid who was almost identical to me in appearance. I put the maid to sleep so that everyone would suspect it was actually me who was asleep and they wouldn't get suspicious. Then I escaped to London before sailing to America in 1937 to seek new opportunities. On the boat, I met Louis B. Mayer, the head of MGM Film Studios. Louis admired my films and offered me a better contract to star in American movies. I declined. Then he offered me a better contract, which I gladly accepted. But his wife decided I would need an easier name. Hedy Kaiser didn't have a good ring. They proclaimed I should be called Hedy Lamarr. I became a glamorous movie star. However, I detested my uncomfortable costumes. At night, I would sneak them to my home and fervently adjust them to my liking and comfort. That isn't the end of my secrets, though. I wasn't just an actor. I was an inventor, too. My greatest accomplishment was creating frequency hopping. It makes sure your texts are private and prevents interceptions and eavesdropping. How did I come up with this idea, though? During the tragedy of World War II, I wanted to help defeat the Nazis in any way I could. At a Hollywood affair, I met an intelligent composer, George Antheil. While George and I were playing piano, I observed something. The way the piano keys constantly shifted gave me an idea on how we could prevent torpedoes from being intercepted by a film. George and I started our exertion right away. If we could constantly alternate the frequency that guides the torpedoes, similar to how we constantly change the keys we are playing on the piano, we could prevent enemies from hacking into the computer. George added that we would need a device to achieve that, a piano player. George thought it would fit in our torpedo. We decided to have 88 frequencies, just like 88 piano keys. Next, we needed a patent so the invention was officially ours and no one else could steal it. My objective was to help people, not to receive profit. Once the US had entered the Second World War, this was the perfect time to suggest George and my idea. It could be an immense help to America defeating the Nazis. We presented it to the US. The Navy rejected our invention because they thought piano rolls would be too big for a torpedo. We would have to wait for the invention of a smaller device to hold our invention. 20 years after we received our patent, there was a smaller utilization for our frequency hopping technology. The Soviet Union was building missile bases in Cuba. And this time, a smaller device had been invented, which were transistors. So the US military used transistors instead of piano rolls, and our invention was finally put to use. The Navy now had upgraded torpedoes and a secret communication system. Our invention was not exactly used how we had first pictured it, but our idea of quickly changing radio frequencies became substantial in all technologies. In 1997, I received a reputable award, the Pioneer Award by the Electric Frontier Foundation. Nowadays, my invention is used in cell phones, wireless internet, mobile health systems, barcode scanning, satellite-guided missiles, and many other things. Not only that, but I have a star on the Walk of Fame. I was a prominent, glamorous actor in my time. Snow White's appearance was based off me, and I have a documentary based off my life. I died on January 19, 2000. Now you know. I was a famous actor that was more than what others may have seen. I'm the reason why your texts are private. You know something you may not have before. Now you know the life of an assiduous inventor. Now you know me, Hedy Lamarr.